All right, so today I just want us to look at Excel once again, because looking at the past papers, Excel questions are carrying about not less than 8 marks. So I thought it would be very good for us to go through Excel and see how questions come in the final exam paper. Just trying to admit our friends who are in the waiting room. I believe all of us, we've used Excel before, but to start with, we need to understand what Excel is made of. So in Excel, there are 3 data types like we learned in grade 9. I don't know those who can remember. In grade 9, we were taught that in Excel, we've got 3 data types. And these, we've got what we call a number, which are numerical. Then we've got formulas, and we have labels. When we talk of labels, we are simply talking about the characters of the alphabet. Those are labels. If you type your name in Excel, what you are simply entering there are what we call the labels. Then we'll be able to create some formula and to insert some formula. There are 2 things involved there. We'll be able to insert or type the formula in Excel. And we understand the numbers, the ways of accounting from 0 to 9. So in case we come across a question asking us of Excel data types, these are the only types of data we can enter into Excel. That is number, formula, and the labels. They are the common types of Excel data types. And most of you have used, you've used Excel before, and it's not new to us. Let me just open an Excel worksheet. All right, Temwa, looking at Excel, what do we call the boxes in Excel? Malangi Shamsonda, the boxes in Excel, what do we call them? Malangi, are you able to get me? Anyway, what's your question?
I think the code cells.
That's true. That's true. We call them cells. The same, it has never changed from junior secondary to senior secondary. We still call them cells. And I believe they will remain to be called cells. So by definition, a cell is the basic building block of an Excel worksheet or a spreadsheet worksheet. So the entire view you are able to see there, we call that as a worksheet. And the basic building block is simply these cells. And these cells have got names to start with. Don't know the selected cell. Chisomo, what is this selected cell? Are you able to remember? Somo?
Yes, sir.
What is the name of the selected cell on your screen? Are you able to see it?
Yes, sir.
What is this cell?
D1.
Exactly. So we are able to remember. For those who cannot remember, the first cell is cell A1 because it intersects A and 1. So that becomes cell A1. And if we recall very well from junior secondary school, we were saying that there are so many cells such that we cannot count them. And if we go towards the alphabet there, you'd find that when Z is over, they will start renaming A, B, A, C, S, just like that. We can even go to XXX, which simply means that there are so very many cells in any worksheet. And the easiest way to go to any cell that you want in Excel, we use this box, which we call the name box. The name box there, if I want to go to cell XX 94,000, for instance, I simply need to type it there in the name box. When you press the enter key, it will take you to that cell. And it may be very far away from cell A1, but it's not the last cell. There are so very many cells beyond this cell. So if you want to go to a cell which is very far away, make sure you use the name box there, type the name of the cell you want. I don't know XXX 21 if it's there. It's there. I typed 2x. I needed to go there 3x. I don't know why it has taken me there. But this is simply showing us that there are so many cells in Excel. So every time you want to go direct to the cell of your choice, you will need to use the name box there. And if you want to go to the first cell, simply type there A1, you press the enter key, and it should take you to the first cell. So in Excel, we can do various things. We can prepare budgets, we can calculate numbers. Mathematically, numbers are recognized in Excel. So to start with, when we are using Excel, Wallace, are you able to see the board?
Yes.
Okay. So there are what we call arithmetic formulas. We've got what we used to call plus, which is for addition in primary school. Then the multiplication symbol is asterisk key, the key which is found on top of the which letter number is that 8 on the keyboard. On top of 8, you've got
Mr. Walia. Mr. Walia.
Yes.
Can you start again? Can you start again? I don't understand anything.
Caleb. You're using Caleb's. Who is this one? You're using Caleb's phone?
It's Hamatwi.
Mtinta. Where are
Yes,
you?
sir.
You join in late?
Everything late.
Okay, the good part is that this video is being recorded. I'll put it up on YouTube, but we haven't gone very far away.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I'm just trying to mention the types of arithmetic operators we use in Excel. That we can add numbers using addition, we can multiply using asterisk, then negation, which you formally call subtraction. We call it negation. We are going to use it again in Excel. Division, we are going to use the forward slash. Anything missing there, Michelle? Amongst the mathematical operators, which one is missing? How many of you can remember a caret? Which we use to raise a number to the power. Like if I want to write 2 to the power 2 in Excel, the way it is going to be written in Excel. It's going to be written like this. In Excel, if I want to type like 2 to the power 2, I'm going to put it like that. This is not my computer. It's difficult to operate. So that simply means 2 to the power 2. Okay. The system is freezing. Simply wanted to zoom so that we are able to see it clearly. So this is 2 to the power 2. And obviously the result is supposed to be 4 if we were to use a mathematical operation. So what I mean by mathematical operation, always we need to remember that in Excel, formulas begins with the equal sign. If there is no equal sign, then what you're trying to type is not a formula. Every time you want to type a formula or a function, we must start with an equal sign. So for instance, going through the numbers, let me put 2 there. I put 3, 4, 5. We listed about 5 of those. Let me put 6 there. And let me try 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. So down here, I want to type what we are saying, 2 to the power 2. So the way I'm going to type it, it must begin first of all with an equal sign. And since I want to use these 2 cells, I'm not going to type here 2 to the power 2. I'm not going to type something like this. What I need to use is what we call the cell references, which means I will use cell A1 and this cell A2 to come up with this formula. And it's going to appear something like cell A1. Then I'll type raised to cell A2. Sorry, there is a key not working on this keyboard. So there is cell A1, then cell A2. So this simply means I've typed 2 to the power 2 because in A1 there is 2 and in A2 there is 2. So when I press the enter key, since I started with the equal sign, it's supposed to give me 4 like that. So what is here where the 4 is, there is now the value, which is the result of raising a number 2 to the power 2. Up there, this is where the formula is going to be shown all the time. If I click away, you'll be able to see that here there is 4. And this 4 is as a result of the formula that is showing there. So in this box, we are going to call it the formula bar. This is going to be the name box. And obviously, someone has told us that these are cells. Are we following? Anyone behind? Chireshe, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, last time I was talking to myself, thinking I'm on Zoom, not knowing that I'm talking to myself. All right, so there we have used the caret, and that's how it works. It raises a number to the power. Then multiplication, it's the same. We start with the equal sign, then I'll select this cell, then I'll say, I'm going to multiply this with that cell, and it will give us the product there. And the formula will be shown there. In short, all the formulas that you're going to be typing must begin with an equal sign. So, like I'm saying, when you're typing, should start with an equal sign. Equally in the exam paper. Let me show you one example from the past paper. Where is this? From the past paper, there are questions like this. This is Excel, and they will ask you to write the formula in F7 that is used to calculate the total stock value. So when typing the formula there, what you're going to start with, first of all, it's equal sign. When you leave the equal sign, obviously no one is going to give us a mark. Remember that what you are typing here, if entered in Excel, it's supposed to work. But if it cannot work in Excel, it simply means even in your question paper, it's going to be marked wrong. So question like this, don't be very excited. Most of us will just locate where the cell is, that this is cell F7. And what are we going to do there? The solution is there already, the answer is there. But how did they find this answer? Obviously, they said equal to, then they added all these cells to come up with this total. So the first thing they did is to type the equal sign. Equally, on questions like this, you're supposed to begin with an equal sign. I hope that is clear. Are we safe, Mbinda?
Yes.
Okay, I normally try to find out someone hiding Zoom. Is she there or not there? There was a child who just left the window like this, me thinking I'm talking to someone. So let me go back now to Excel. So to add this, I will just select that, then I will add it with that, and it will give us a total, because obviously it has begun with the equal sign. Then to subtract there, I will just do that, select that cell, then subtract it with that cell, and it will give us the result there. And finally, the division there, I will do the same equal sign in that cell, divide it with that cell, and it will give us the result like that. So we'll be able to view the formulas when we go on in formulas, then to select show formula, and it will be able to show you the formulas. This is so important to remember that there is this icon for showing formulas, because there are children like Somo, if they happen to forget the formula, they will just put 4 there without putting in the formula, which simply means, see, when we click on show formulas, there won't be any formula there. Let me add the formulas. As you can see, they are all 4s there, but one of these is not correct, because here we just typed the formula. I know that if I multiply this one, it's going to give me 6. So I can simply type 6 there because I've forgotten how to type the formula. But the tricky part is when we come to show the formulas, it will be able to show that this child did not do the right thing. So you need to make sure that you cannot trick Excel. It's going to expose you. You will need to type or insert the formulas. So on formulas, typing and inserting the formulas, there are 2 things coming out there. Sorry, today I'm sitting down. I'm from having grade 9s, standing for a long time, and I'm tired already. So we can insert the formula, and we can type the formula. When they say insert, here you're going to use the inbuilt Excel function. So most what we insert are known as functions. Then we define our own formula. Most formulas are related to what we are going to type. To practically show you this, please remember functions are inbuilt in Excel. then formulas may not be there in Excel, but you're supposed to define it yourself. Let's give this scenario. I have what? Yes?
Could you repeat what you just said?
Where exactly?
On insert and type.
Okay, this is what I'm trying to illustrate using Excel. When we say insert, it means we're going to use the function. Functions are inbuilt in Excel. They are already there. We simply need to insert them. But the formulas, you can only type it. It's not in Excel. You create it yourself. Are we clear there? Formulas are not in Excel. Functions are already in Excel. So it's not possible to type a function. You are supposed to insert it because it's already in Excel. It's inbuilt. Then the formula, it's defined by the user. So if the user is defining the formula, it means the user is going to type that formula. Are we clear there?
Yes.
Okay. So practically, let's see exactly what I'm trying to say. Don't know if I can use this worksheet there. Okay. We have these students who got those results there. So one, they can ask us, Kasondelombe, to put the total there. In putting the total there, they can either ask us to type the formula or to insert the formula. So like I was saying, when you are inserting, it means you are getting it from inside Excel. It's already there in Excel. We'll be able to see that. But if you are typing, it simply means you're going to type the formula to calculate the result for this child. So I'll start with typing. So like I said, formulas begins with an equal sign. I'll put the equal sign there. Then I'll start now adding English. Then I type plus, math, plus, social studies, plus, design and technology, then integrated science, then computer studies. So what you're able to see here, it's simply a formula because I'm creating this formula to achieve the goal that I want to achieve. If I press the enter key, it will give me that total. Now, when you look in the formula bar there, it will be able to show that this formula was typed, not inserted. How are you going to see the difference? Let's try to insert. Let me add one column here so that we can use it for inserting now. We will simply need to, we want to still add these numbers to find the total. Here we typed the formula. There I want to insert. And the beautiful thing about inserting that you forget about typing the equal sign. The function already has what it takes to calculate any numbers in Excel. So I will go to the FX here. This is the symbol for insert function. When you click there, automatically the equal sign has come there. It's supposed to be there. Now, what am I trying to do? When you are adding, obviously it's sum. You select sum here because I'm trying to add. When I select sum, I'll click the OK. Then it's going to ask me the range of cells that needs to be added. And I want to add, I'll click and drag all the way to computer studies there. And if I let it go, it will highlight those cells that needs to be added. Then I'll click on OK. It will give me 89 and just look in the formula bar. This equal to sum. Sum is a function in Excel. And it's different from the one that I typed here. Now you'll be able to see that this was typed, but this was inserted. Sorry. But what is here was inserted. So mostly functions begin with the equal sign, then the name of the function. And what follows there inside the brackets are the range of cells that this function is supposed to act on. So what I've done here, I've typed the formula. But what I did here, I inserted the formula. And they are all giving me the same result. So where you need to be sensitive, especially during SBS, you need to realize that if they say type, then I use insert, they'll give me a 0 there, because they were testing you if you're able to understand the difference between a formula and a function. A function is supposed to be inserted. A formula is supposed to be typed. They are fun children, of course. Let me get rid of this. You know the function, like I know this function equal to sum, then from there to there, this cell range B3 to G3. Then I go ahead and type equal to sum. Just see, I'm typing, but Excel is also talking to me that what you're trying to do is already inside my database. Sum is already there. So simply what I'm doing, I'm just repeating what is inside Excel there. This simply means I'm not typing my formula, I'm repeating the function that is inbuilt in Excel. So although I typed this function, I may end up getting a 0 from that type of equation, because what I've done, I did not create the formula, but I went ahead to replicate what is already in Excel, which is a function. So please, when they say type, I know it's tiresome, but you need to go step by step. Select that all the way to computer studies. Then you press the enter key. Now this is what qualifies to be the correct answer when they say type. And what is here, this is what is supposed to be shown when they say insert a formula. I don't know if there are questions so far. Malangi, shall we save?
Yes.
Okay, so mostly if you want to, those who are using computers, if you want to unmute your microphone, just hold down the space button on the keyboard. When you press down the space button there, it's going to unmute your microphone. All right, so the next thing, obviously, if these results are focused on there, we will need to do the same for Natasha all the way to Piri there. But we cannot go through the same stages of typing. It's tiresome. Excel obviously has its own mechanism of making life easier for us. All you need is to go in that cell where there is total. Then there is this corner which looks different from all the corners. It's on the bottom right. You get the cursor there until you have that thick black cross. Then you click and you drag all the way down there, and it will do the math for the rest of the students. If you don't want to go that way, you can do the same by selecting all the cells, including where the total is. Then look for the fill button icon there, the fill icon. Then you click and select it. Because I'm supposed to fill downwards, I'll select down and click there. It will be able to give us the results. So here we've got functions, and there we've got formulas. There are a lot of things that we need to understand about formulas, and I may not finish this today, looking at time, but I want to look at other functions that we can use in Excel. Like if you want to find the highest result, if you want to find the lowest result, the minimum result, that child who got the lowest. If you want to find the average, if you want to check the blank, the cells where the results are not showing, there are a lot of things that we can do with Excel. For instance, we want to find the highest, who got the highest in class. In terms of totals, that's the maximum. I'll look in terms of totals here, who got the highest. What am I going to do? Using what we call a formula can be tricky, but we are going to look at both using the formula and using the function. We'll start with the tricky one, which is using the formula. Before I can type the formula there for the highest, which is the maximum, let me go ahead. I'll pose this question when I come to average. So if I want to find the maximum here, all I simply need to do, let me just straight go to function. I'll need to go to the function there, and I'm looking at the maximum. Look for the maximum, because we are looking at the maximum or the highest. Then I'll click the OK button, then select the range of cells you want to look for the maximum. Obviously, I want from this child all the way to there. And when I let go, you can click the OK button now. It will show you that from this range, there is 454, which is the highest from this range of cells. And obviously, if we can look at those numbers, 454 was the highest. If you want to look for the minimum, it's simply the same. Just go on Insert tab, then look for minimum from the list. And the amazing thing is that, the wonderful thing is that I cannot see the minimum there. So why am I not seeing the minimum there? Because it's showing formulas which were most recently used. So if what you are looking for is not there, go down on that arrow and select all. Then look for minimum. All the functions in Excel, including those you will never use in this lifetime, they will be shown. And select the minimum, click OK, then select the range of cells which are the same there. I click OK button, and it gives me 289 was the lowest from this range. And that's how we find the minimum. That's how we find the maximum. For today, let me end with the average. On the average, I want first to manually type the formula. I'm saying so for these two, I used function because there are little things we can do if you want to find the minimum, and it's outside the scope of your syllabus. But for the average, you are always going to be tested. So before we go that way, let me look at my participant. Who is Alichi? Is it Alice? There's someone with the device Alichi connected to us. Alice, are you there? I don't know who that is, but this person is not responding. Let me look at Mulezi Chanda. Mulezi, can you get me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mulezi, how do we find averages in mathematics? How are you going to find average? For instance, there is 1 plus 2 plus 3. What can you do to find the average for those three numbers? You've forgotten? Anyone with an idea? I can't see. You can lift up your hand. Those who can. Yes, Waluse.
By adding all those and dividing by 3.
We are going to add all these numbers, then we are going to divide by 3. Okay. What I'm trying to show you here is how to translate the mathematics, from mathematical point of view, into the formulas you can insert in Excel. Obviously, you cannot type something like this in Excel, and Excel cannot understand this. So if you want to type something in Excel like this, obviously Excel begins with the sign which we call equal sign. Then you are going to add all these numbers. There is 1 plus 2 plus 3. After addition, then you are going to divide by the number 3. Now, the problem with this formula is that Excel follows the law of precedence, which in mathematics you call BODMAS. Under BODMAS, we say brackets out, division. So, like we are able to see this formula. What comes first from what is there is division. So what Excel is going to do if you type something like this, it's going to divide 3 and 3 there. And obviously that's not what you want. Then to give 1, then this one will be added to these numbers. So in order to control the method which Excel must follow, what we are going to do, okay, I just saw the message. Yes, I'm Alice, not Alice. That's the message which has come. This is the Alice case I know. So we need to put this in brackets. And you are going to think like putting it like that. You know that this is when you're going to get the correct result. So first we have to interpret this mathematics into the language Excel can understand. Then you're going to modify the formula so that you get the desired result. If you leave those brackets, then what you're going to get is not going to be the correct answer. I hope that is clear. Sandra, are we safe?
Yes.
Okay. So when we come to this Excel now, if they say, can we find the average, type the average there. You would say equal sign. It's not an offense to at least scribble through your question paper to see how your final formula is going to come out. You can do this like I've done on the board. So what I've done on the board, I mean, I would put the equal sign there. Then I'm going to say it's not okay in Excel to type numbers there. What is okay is to use cell references. So I mean cell reference, there is this cell plus that, all the way to the last cell. Then I will close this. Then I'll say divide by, how many cells are these? How many cells are these? Michelle, how many cells are selected there?
6 cells.
There are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going to put divide by 6 like that. If we press the enter key, now if we press the enter key, it will give us the average for this class. And the wonderful thing, it reminds me, as you can see, it has given us to 3 decimal places. But if they say to 1 decimal place, there are these icons. There is decrease, this is increase, and this is decrease. So if they say to 2 decimal places, you can just go there. Please observe what is happening as I click once. See, it has reduced. There was 6, 7, now there was 6, 6, 7, now there is 6, 7. If I click again, I reduce, it will be reducing just like that. If we increase, it will go back to the way it was. So these 2 icons can be used if you want to reduce or increase the number of decimal places. So if they say to 1 decimal place, this is 7, this is 6. So if I reduce once, this will change to 7. Again, if I reduce, the 6 will change to 7. You know that when the number is 5 and above, it's able to carry the 1 to the next number there according to the rules of mathematics. So there, I'm going to have 7 like that. So it means this is the average. It's complicated when you're typing using, when you're using formula to type. But look how easy it is when we are using functions. I want to do the same to find the average again. So using function, you just go on fx there. When this comes, we are looking for average. So let me see if I can see average. Past it. So there is this other one, but the correct one is this. This is the average we are looking at. If I click OK, then I'll select these cells and I'll click, and it will give me similar to what I found, identical. And others just want to join us when we're about to finish. Anyway, let us admit them. Okay, so equally for this one, I'm going to reduce to 1 decimal place. So like that, I've used the function in this cell to find that function, and I've used a formula in the other cell to get that. So I'll continue from here next time we are going to meet, but believe you me, I'll be able to put this one up on my YouTube channel, and obviously we'll be able to see if we can put it on Moodle, which is controlled by Mr. Chola. But personally, I'll be able to put this one on my YouTube channel. And we are not even halfway. We have a long way to go. So before I can call it a day, any questions on the first session, which is Introduction to Excel? There are no questions, so you simply have to have a look at the way questions come. So that was one of the questions I looked at. There is also this question: describe one method that can be used by grade teachers to verify learner ID. We are not even yet there. We are not there yet. We'll be able to answer that. Write the formula that would be used in cell E3 to calculate the percentage of attendance. So they're saying write. And when they say write, we can use either the typing formula or the function, because in Excel you cannot write. In Excel you type. So when they say write, use either the function or use the formula to put the answer in E3. There E3. So if you want to find the percentage of attendance, there is a possible and there is actual. So when you add the two, the result is going to be there. So your answer there is going to be equal to C3 plus D3. And that answer is going to be marked OK. So this is just an overview of how the questions come. I'm sure by next week or the following week, God willing, we'll be able to answer all these, because we are not there yet, but we'll be there possibly in the next session. So before I can call it a day. Yes. Is
it possible for you to send past papers in the group?
It's very possible. I'll put it in the grade 12 group. Those who are not there, Walusi, I think she's the administrator. I'll put the questions there. You can send your numbers to Walusi. She's going to add you.
Okay, sir.
Anything else before I go to sleep? Precious, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
You came in late, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I'll be able to upload this video possibly by 19 hours just for you to have the basic key or the fundamentals of Excel before we can go into the details next time. Because if you're not going to understand it now, it will be difficult for you in the next session. I hope that is clear. Alit, is that
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Alit, is that clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So it's you. Why have you pronounced it like this on your screen? So make sure you go through the video if you missed the beginning.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. I end the video now and see you next time. I'll give you work after the next session, at least when we go into a little bit of senior secondary school, advanced Excel. What we've been doing there, it's just the fundamentals we did at junior secondary. Now looking at time, I wanted us to be reminded what we learned back then so that we can build on that next time. Otherwise, shalom, shalom, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Shalom.
Bye-bye.